gang, welcome back to Talking the Orville live show explosion. We got an amazing episode to talk about. Episode 3.8, Midnight Blue. Wow! One of the best damn episodes of the Orville ever. A summation of an entire story arc going back all the way to season 1, episode 3, also continued in season 2. My goodness, good. The damn Mocklins. Good. F 'em. I love me some Bortus. I love me Topa. I even love me some Clyden and Havina and Lokar. Everyone else, all the Mocklins, get out of here. The Union doesn't need you anymore. Every episode of the Orville is just better than the last. And it certainly seems like that trend is going to continue with the next 2 episodes. The next one, Domino, looks like it is going to be a huge battle. I'll have to go through the breakdown of the teaser for next week's episode, but wow, it looks like we're going to get a lot of Pterodon action. Everybody's got a Pterodon in the next episode, as it looks like we're battling not only the Krill, the Mocklins, but also the Kalon. And it looks like the Kalon are going to try to attack Saleya. If we're going back to Saleya to protect it from these damn toasters, does that mean we might see Alara? We might see Alara's dad, played by Robert Picardo. I would love that. If their lives are in danger, they're probably going to want to help out, right? Topa's story, gosh, I can't believe that they showed a 3-year-old teenager getting tortured. Just amazing. Really makes us feel for what Topa has gone through, what the female Mocklins have gone through. And boy, you guys, I want to know what you thought of this episode. We also got some amazing news yesterday at San Diego Comic-Con that really, I think, is the announcement that is going to lead to the big announcement. Now that Disney has full force shown how much they love this series and they want to support this series. I mean, they have the whole time, pretty much. Disney has owned the Orville for a couple of years now, and look how amazing this season has been. And it's been, of course, on Disney Plus the entire run internationally. But now, starting August 10th, after the entire season is finished in what, 2.5 weeks from now, you will also be able to watch it, the entire run, all 3 seasons on Disney Plus. For those that prefer to do that. I mean, some people are like, oh, I got a lot of streaming services. I have Disney Plus, I have Hulu. Now, if the Orville's the only thing you're watching on Hulu, at least as far as reruns go, you can switch over to your Disney account and watch it through there if there's not other stuff that you want to be watching on Hulu. Me, I'm keeping Hulu because I watch a lot of stuff on Hulu. That's where I get my What We Do in the Shadows. Lots of great movies, a lot more movies than they have on Netflix that I want to watch. I am thinking about canceling Netflix, FYI, because I look at their content, I'm like, I don't really want to watch all this stuff, and all the TV shows and movies that they used to have, they don't have anymore on Netflix. But then I go through Hulu, I'm like, dang, look at all these nice new movies that Hulu has to offer, and of course, all brand new television is pretty much on Hulu. John Burns, thank you very much. You as the very first super chatter today, get.
She speaks with the might of 100 soldiers.
Domino, oh good, a Vietnam episode. Or maybe it's just about Domino's, the pizza joint. Bronwyn Evans, thank you so much for that super chat. Where will Bortus go for his next Geloja now that he can't go back to Mocklins? That is the case for, I don't know where Topa goes pee. Well, I bet you Topa never peed on Mocklins because they won't have her, right? Clyden loves peeing on Mocklins. He's got a special spot all picked out. He goes there every year and just lets it flow. What's he going to do? That's a very good question. They have to find a new place to pee. I'm guessing maybe they'll recreate their pee spots in the environmental simulator, perhaps. Anyway, it won't be as much of a big to-do every time one of the Mocklins aboard need to go pee. They could just go pee in the environmental simulator. They'll make a nice little lagoon or something like that for him. John Burns again. Disney Plus's Dan Phobic if there's no season 4, right? Well, with this announcement from yesterday, it kind of makes it so it feels like, yes, them doing this shows that they want to get more viewers on for the Orville, bigger numbers for the Orville, because they are, I think, are planning to renew it. Seth is more hopeful in the way he speaks now when he's talking about the future of the Orville, because he even said yesterday that they might, if they do more episodes, might actually film the episode Sympathy for the Devil, the novel that just came out on Audible and as a novel to actually read last week. If you go on Audible, I don't know if I have a link here in this particular video, but you can go into the community page for Talking the Orville. I got the link right there. If you sign up for Audible, you get it for free. And guess what? It's narrated by Bruce Boxleitner himself, the president of the Planetary Union, Bruce Boxleitner from Babylon 5, with that wonderful voice of his. He is narrating the story, and I haven't had a chance to listen to the story or read the story yet. That's my next thing on the list I got to do. But apparently people are going nuts, saying it's absolutely amazing. And Seth is saying that they might actually still film it if they do more episodes. The fact that he is even saying things like, if they do more episodes, really speaks to me as him feeling comfortable enough, because he probably, if he doesn't already know, feels that they're going to be doing more Orville. But yes, they are Dan-phobic. They're damn Dan-phobic if there's no season 4. We did get a little bit of Dan in the latest episode when Topo was asking Gordon out on a date, which was hilarious. Poor Gordon. He didn't even understand what was going on. We got a little bit of Dan in that episode. We haven't had much Dan this season, but we still have 2 more episodes, 2 more live shows just like this one, talking about what is happening on the Orville as opposed to what did happen on the Orville, even though technically we're talking about what happened the other day on the Orville. So I want to thank you guys for your support. We're almost done with these weekly live shows, supporting the Orville, talking about the Orville, hanging out together with the best damn fandom and the best damn, the only planet that we have, planet Earth, where we get to dream of a better future, going on, expanding out into the entire galaxy, which we hope to explore for reals someday. Yeah, Boxleitner forever. I'm excited to listen to my copy. I got the Audible free trial. I guess it's for a couple months, so you get a few free things. The Orville is one of those things you can get. What else would I want to get? John Burns, thank you again. You off at smacking Gordon upside the head. Funny. Yeah, that was great. Ailing. Salisbury, love the Brexit reference. I picked up on that too. In regards to the Mocklins leaving the Union. Also, yes, Sympathy for the Devil has to be filmed without a doubt. I know that the latest episode, Midnight Blue, is one of Seth MacFarlane's all-time most favorite episodes of the Orville, especially of season 3, New Horizons. But I'm assuming that if they were allowed to film Sympathy for the Devil, that would probably be his most favorite episode. He said he wanted to make sure he got that novella out because he loved the story of Sympathy for the Devil so much, and it's so different and so big. It's a special story for the Orville. So yeah, I would love it. And now he's talking about it, possibly actually making that episode if they do more episodes. And the fact that he keeps saying stuff like if they do more episodes is a very good sign. A very good sign if Disney Plus is adding Orville content to their official Disney Plus platform. That shows that they are really wanting people to watch this show, and that they love it, they support it, and they want more of it. And it's not as simple as just saying, oh, we want more of a thing, so let's make it. No, they got to make sure it's viable for the platform and that people are going to be supporting it if they spend all the money and all the time to make more episodes of this amazing series. Also, it was sad that Seth wasn't able to make it to San Diego Comic-Con in person, nor Gordon or Adrian was there. But I know that not Gordon, but Scott Grimes. But I do know Scott and Seth are currently right now working on the Ted series, so that's probably why they didn't have time to actually make it to the Comic-Con. But yeah, I love the breakfast, the Brexit reference in regards to the Mocklins. And yes, yeah, we read that. But yeah, I got that whole breakfast. I keep saying breakfast. I love an English breakfast. Brexit. I picked up on that when Mocklins left. I'm like, oh, it's like a Brexit reference, which was going on at the time that this season was written. Bronwyn Evans, thank you again. What did you think of that moment with Kelly and Bortus? Well, like I said in my first impression review, I thought it was just two friends. Bortus doing something that he doesn't do. He opens up. He really wanted to tell Kelly how important of a friend and a part of his family he considers her. They had that quiet stare into each other's eyes because of the tender, friendly moment. But notice none of them leaned in. I watched it like 5 times. None of them leaned in for a kiss or anything like that. I think they were just having a really heartfelt moment, which is very rare for Bortus to open up to someone like that. So I really appreciated it. I loved it. I do think Bortus, maybe in the next 2 episodes, that's all we got left, might want to be better friends with Kelly and actually hang out and have drinks and things like that, and probably talk about her, how much he appreciates her, to Clyden, his partner, who's back, thank goodness. I think there might be some jealousy. I think Clyden might have some jealousy and make some assumptions about what might be going on between Bortus and Kelly, though I don't think there'll be anything going on between Bortus and Kelly, except for to just bring a little drama with Clyden. Clyden's getting used to being back. Clyden's getting used to not being a dick. Did I have breakfast? No, I never had breakfast. I skip the breakfast. I don't eat until afternoon. Just listen to Sympathy for the Devil. Fantastic. You guys are ahead of me on Sympathy for the Devil. I mean, I have it, but I haven't had time to sit down and listen to it yet. In fact, right after this stream, I got to go back and start making my next Orville video. I got some stuff I want to put together. So I got to start working on that as soon as we're done here. Trying to do all that I can to get you guys the freshest, best, newest, informative info I can when it comes to the Orville universe and Orville news. I was hoping for Kelly and Bortus to hook up. I don't think they will. I mean, that's kind of weird. Bortus is gay, and I don't know if Kelly likes dudes that look like rocks, though she does love rock. I personally don't see it coming together that way. I just think that they are closer now. They've gotten closer ever since last season in All the World Is Birthday Cake. Bortus and Kelly work very well together, and with what she's been doing to help with Topa, I'm sure Bortus he said it, he really appreciates it. She is part of his family now. Colleen O'Brien says, I read Sympathy for the Devil overnight when it first came out. Already posted a review on Amazon too. Nice. That's very good. If you've read it and you got it off Amazon, or you just want to go on Amazon and say you read it and give a review, all that stuff counts with helping the Orville get exposure and get that renewal that we all want. Hashtag Forville. Renew the Orville. JP Ailing, thank you very much. JP, I gotta say, you're getting closer and closer to getting my name right. Sound it out. Maybe I'll remember it. I'll share it with you following the latest episode. Deal? Deal. Spell it out for me like I'm a 5-year-old. David Button, thank you so much. Bortus may be into women. Clyden transitioned back to a woman. Happily ever after. That's true. I mean, sometimes you just fall in love with the person for who they are, not what they are. So I mean, I could believe it, but it just really felt like a tender, friendly moment. Like, you ever have that friend that at some point you're like, you know what, I want to tell this person how important they are to me. John Burns, President Boxleitner, Dawn of the Dead special feature. President Boxleitner, Bruce has been great this season. We've seen him twice so far. I'm surprised he agreed to put all that makeup on. I didn't think of him as a super makeup guy. I mean, you can't even get him to do a Zoom interview. He doesn't like messing with that stuff. But I guess, he shows up and they put makeup on him. He's like, cool, let's do it. He's been doing a great job as the president. He just feels 30 years younger to me when I just hear his voice and see that blue skin with the weird hair come up. Pretty awesome. Chris Ray, thanks for re-signing up for the Geloja Squad as a member of this channel. Been a member for 2 months. So glad to see you every time we do a live show. Lost my damn mind when Clyden came back and apologized. Yes, this episode, I have to say, I loved every moment of it. Some serious stuff going on, but I wasn't crying or anything. I wasn't verklempt. But once Clyden walked through the door, boom, tears. Waterfalls, you guys. I was like TLC. I went chasing waterfalls. I Geloja tears out of my eyes. And I was like, damn it, Orville, you did it again. I thought I wasn't going to cry this episode. Jace Cretan. You told me how to say your name. Did I get it right? I can't remember. I don't know about Disney. After seeing Lightyear, a movie meant for kids, I fear they might taint the control and narrative away from Seth. Oh, no, not at all, Jace. Disney has already owned the Orville for the last 2 years, and as you can see, or 3 years maybe, as you can see, they've had no influence except for to write checks. Hulu is Disney, Fox is Disney, the Orville is Disney, and if you liked any part of this season of the Orville, you do not have to worry about Disney. They are letting Seth do whatever he wants, and a lot of people think that Disney Plus is like for little kids, family content. No, there's lots of adult content already on Disney Plus. So if anyone has told you different, they're lying to you and manipulating you. There's a lot of garbage channels out there that just want to make you hate something. They'll use conspiracies. They'll find any reason to make you mad about something that they've made up. They have a person in production that they've spoken to. Never turns out to be correct. You might be wondering, oh, what channels are these? You know what channels these are. And luckily, there's one saving grace about these channels that are trying to manipulate you for clicks. That button that you press for subscribe is the same button you can press to unsubscribe. Free your mind, free your opinions, take your mind back from all these conspiracy theorists and hate mongers and click mongers, and tell them to go away. And I think all fans of anything will find themselves in a much better mood. I wish the Orville can go to Paramount. That I don't think is a good fit. While Paramount has a lot of stuff, I watch a lot more Paramount Plus than I used to. I find lots of stuff on there. There's a lot of the newer Star Trek is starting to put out some pretty great stuff. I don't think it's the right fit. I think Disney's a good fit. Any streaming services that say, hey, Seth, here's some money, make whatever you want, and we're going to support you. That's the best fit for me when it comes to the Orville. Disney has Jessica Jones. That ain't for kids. Also, they're getting, or if they don't already have it, I don't have Disney Plus. I plan on getting it. There's a couple things they've added that I want to watch, especially on August 10th. The Orville. But yeah, they got a lot of adult stuff. They got, what's it called? Daredevil. That's a very adult show. Punisher, very adult show. And it's all on Disney Plus. A lot of the new TV shows, the Marvel TV shows, are very adult. So anyone that's worried about that, erase it from your mind. You don't need to worry about those things because they don't exist. A Borderson Clyden spinoff show. I'd watch it. I'd just watch a Clyden show. If Clyden just did a cooking show where he makes Rocky Road ice cream, I would totally watch it. Or he makes spicy stews. I talked to a guy who said he cut Seth's next door neighbor's hair, and he said the Orville is renewed for 4 more decades. See, that I believe right there. I believe that. 4 more decades. 40 years of the Orville. Yeah, Seth is starting to spout off more and more about making more episodes, but we haven't had that official announcement yet. I think this first announcement where they're going to be adding their content to Disney Plus so that Disney can give them extra support to gain more fans, more views, is the thing that's going to lead to the other thing. like when Vin Diesel did Boiler Room, which led to Furious, which of course led to Triple X. You guys, it's that same exact situation. Let me see, I gotta click some buttons here. What's up, Orville Nation? I found out today you just need to ignore the trolls. They're actually looking for attention. They are, I've been dealing with them every day for years, all day, for years. People that have just had their minds corrupted by these garbage channels that are out there, which there are many, because everyone, the thing about that is humans respond to threats, to it's in our evolution, to danger. So if they're able to keep things sounding like they might be dangerous or insightful, that's how they're able to keep people going, take advantage of them, corrupt their minds with a bunch of BS. And I'm not just making this up. I've been keeping track of the garbage channels for years. And studying them for years is why I decided not to go that way. This channel would be a much bigger channel if I decided that I wanted to that I was okay with manipulating the audience, which I am not. I made that firm decision not to take advantage of people and manipulate people, and that's why this channel has always stayed small, which I kind of like it small, actually. There's a lot of riffraff out there that have had their opinions and minds corrupted by stuff that I follow, and they try to tell me things that I already know isn't true, but you can't get through to a clouded mind, you guys. Sometimes I know what it's like to be a Jedi. Kylie Pratt, thank you so much. All of the massive superstars that the Orville has brought in season 3. Dolly Parton. Was a massive superstar. Fantastic. I do wonder, though. Will we be getting some Star Trek or other super sci-fi stars in the next 2 episodes? Bruce Boxleitner, that's a pretty dang good one. Last season, we had some pretty dang good Star Trek cameos. I do wonder if we're going to get another Star Trek cameo this season. We all want Patrick Stewart cameo. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but it would be pretty dang great, wouldn't it? Kaylee Hardy, thank you so much for that super chat. You're a good soul, JP. Thank you so much. I'm a soul man. Chris Ray, Dolly Parton must have been working 9 to 5 for this. Very interesting thing about, I mean, I said this in my first impression review. What was so cool, a behind the scenes thing about Dolly being on the show, is that cabin that they built for the episode. They had 2 sets. They had one for Dolly, which was they sent to Nashville for Dolly to film on, and then they had one back home at the studio for Havina, Rena Owen, to film her side on, and then they matched the 2 sides together for one full scene that felt like it was all done right there together, but it was not. Little behind the scenes right there. But Dolly put out a lot of statements on Twitter in the last couple of days saying how much she loved working on the show. She loved being able to be part of something that has such a hopeful, beautiful message that represents so many different types of people. The Orville is just killing it this year, and I mean killing it in a good way. Next week, I think we're going to be krilling it, and we'll see if that ends up being a 2-parter or not. We have not really had a 2-parter. One big question that I do want to have, that what I want to bring up for the next episode, Domino, will that egg salad sandwich show up? Gordon asked for that sandwich to show up in 3 months. 3 episodes later, I would assume could be a 3-month period. Is that sandwich going to show up, or will maybe, this kind of sounds cool as well, maybe we finish out the entire season, the very last moment of the finale, the sandwich shows up. Beautiful music plays, fade out, credits. What? That's how you support an egg salad sandwich, you guys. One of the best sandwiches ever. Unless you consider a Twinkie a sandwich, then that's the best sandwich ever. I kind of think of a Twinkie as a dessert Subway sandwich. The characters on the Orville are way more relatable than Trek. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that really makes the show stand out with people. With Trek, they star like the actors and make them act a certain Starfleet way. They Starfleet the actors, make them act a Starfleet way. Seth allows his characters to be and act like us. Yes, Star Trek, all the Star Trek series, you're always watching the best of humanity go on these missions. I love Star Trek, but I never felt like I belonged on a Starfleet vessel. I do feel like I could do pretty well on a Union vessel, though, and still have all the amazing adventures, if not even better adventures. Philip Gilbert says, egg sandwich will come back sentient and save them all. I'm not going to argue against that. That'd be a great idea. I'd be on board with that. John Burns says, Bruce the Boxman probably wanted to make a nod to Jakar from B5. Wear the makeup with pride, like Andre Katsoulas. Andre Katsoulas? I don't know if I'm saying that last name right. But I love it. I love reading it. I love seeing it on the screen. Bronwyn Evans, thank you so much. I wouldn't mind seeing a Lost in Space cameo. Maybe they could have Bill Mumy and Maxwell Jenkins, original Will Robinson, and Netflix Will Robinson, in the same episode. Ooh, that'd be cool. Bill Mumy's still showing up and stuff all the time, so that would be great to see Bill show up.
Wow. Sweet emotion.
Tron Lady will be eating the sandwich and laughing in the finale. One thing I found out, that's Liz Gillies, who played the multiphasic person in Mortality Paradox from the multiphasic planet. She is also a wonderful singer. Her and Seth record music together all the time. They have albums. They do standards and stuff like that. They are a great singing duo pair. Got to check it out. Go to Seth MacFarlane's Instagram page, and you can hear some of the music that they make together. Don't forget the Matt LeBlanc version of Lost in Space. Not only Matt LeBlanc, but what's her face was in that movie too. You know, from Boogie Nights. I can't remember her name right now, but I know it because she's very important to me in the 90s. I want William Shatner to appear as a legendary Union captain. I want William Shatner to appear as a jelly, maybe a relative or friend of Yaphet, or just some random jelly that's not related to anybody. Lawrence, hey, my old buddy Larry Manasco. What's going on, buddy? Lawrence and I did a lot, besides just being pals for many years. A pal I still consider to be a pal. We went to college together and did a lot of acting stuff together. Heather Graham, that's it. Minkin too. Heather Graham, Electric Boogaloo. Jonathan says, I want Avery Brooks to appear on the Orville. Of course, Avery would be amazing. I'm sure Penny Johnson-Gerald would not mind having Avery Brooks show up at all. As she said in our interview last week, Avery has a special place in her heart. That she, as much as she loves Isaac, it's all about Avery Brooks for her. Dr. Zoom, I want a George Takei cameo as Bortus and Clyden's marriage counselor. George would be great. I'd love to have George show up. He's got such a character-y voice. I think they would have him do something comedic. But I mean, he could do drama too. Not a lot of people allow him to do drama, but he can do it. Oh my. John Burns says Seth also has actors with lots more experience than he has. The idea of Seth telling Bruce how to act, yeah, whatever. Animation boy, all right. Seth seems to like, I like to work with people that are better than me, because that's how I learned new things. So it would make sense. I've met Seth. We've hung out. We've had some drinks. He seems like a pretty well-rounded guy, I do have to say. So it seems like he would have the humility to work with people that he looks up to so that he can become better. Jace says, thank you, Jace, by the way. Your reply may be true, but it's only now that Disney is putting Orville under its name. Same thing happened to Nightmare Before Christmas, released to Touchstone Pictures instead. Don't worry. Curtine. Man, I'm going to have to try to remember that, Jace. I'm so sorry. Curtine. Not another Curtin movie. Yeah, they're officially. I mean, they put it under their banner at the start of the season 3 internationally, but of course they got the main deal with Hulu, so they're trying to give Hulu their space. But of course Disney owns Hulu, so it's really all the same thing. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, I love the Orville. I'll never watch Disney anything." I'm like, well, if you're watching the Orville, you're watching Disney stuff. If you're watching Family Guy, you're watching Disney stuff. If you're watching anything on Fox, you're watching Disney stuff. Anything on Hulu, Disney stuff. A lot of people don't. I mean, I'm sure you do, and all you guys do, but so many people don't understand the big picture of everything that they enjoy, everything that they do, everything they buy. I just saw on Howard. Man, did I say that right? Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. Wow, helping to keep the lights on here. Very much appreciated. I've been lurking. Jaloja, can you give us a one-sentence Angry Nerd Troll review of this episode? People like Star Wars. Okay, the only way I can do it is this way. Let me see. Because I have to be clever with this. Because Angry Nerd Troll is his own dude. He's not me. So, people like Star Wars, JP, you stupid bastard! Damn it, Angry Nerd Troll. Watch your mouth on this live stream, you jerk. Jerk Nerd Troll. Ooh, Scott Bakula's a time traveler. I'll take Scott Bakula as a candy striper. I don't care. If he shows up, I'm all about it. Jessica, the last month or so, was binge watching Desperate Housewives. I never really watched that show or cared for it too much. Not my type of thing, though it seemed pretty quality. I understand why people would like it, but when someone's binge watching it, that's a little too much. But eventually Scott Bakula shows up, and I'm like, oh my god, Desperate Housewives is one of the best shows ever. It's got Scott Bakula on it. Oh boy. Disney owns most of Hulu. Comcast still owns 30%, and Disney has to buy it in 2024. My goodness. Comcast. When it gets into stuff like Comcast, I'm like, okay, I know Comcast, but what do they do? I don't know. Do they provide internet? I know what Disney and Hulu does. I know what TV channels do. I know what Netflix does. Comcast, what? They provide TV? I don't know. I have a hard time keeping track of that stuff because I cut the cord 14 years ago. I've been doing streaming services since like 2009, 2008. I'm not saying it's bad for Seth, but how about the anxiety of talking with Bruce? Or F. Murray Abraham. Oh, you're telling me how to act? Have I mentioned I've got an Oscar? Yeah, back home. Good times. Yeah, right. I mean, if I was him, as all the amazing things he's done and amazing people he's worked with, yeah, some of these actors, I would be like, I'm not telling you how to do anything. You tell me how you want to do it. When the voices come out to play, that's right. Play with us, JP. Longtime watcher of AVGN. AVGN. See, I don't even know what TV channels there are anymore. Love the Angry Nerd Troll. Good old Angry Nerd Troll. I'm thinking, talking to Angry Nerd Troll, we were talking the other day, and I think all the lessons from the Orville New Horizons, I think has softened his heart, has made him a better person. I think Angry Nerd Troll might actually like a TV show or two, or a movie or two nowadays, whereas he used to just hate everything. Johnson says, with Scott Bakula, he could say he once explored the stars with a starship and is now a time traveler. Kind of like Wesley Crusher. Oji-san. And it's pronounced Oji-san. Oji-san, Oji-san, Oji-san. Go! Scott Bakula, New Orleans Candy Striper Investigations. LOL. Babylon 5 Lurker cut the cord in 2010, so you've been doing it a while too. Oh wow, Dan Binks. Misa Layu, Dan Binks. Save no cable since the 98. You mean 1998? You haven't had cable TV since 1998. That's even before streaming services. Might be my hero. Now I'm just trying to cut the cord on social media, and then I'll be set, you guys. Oh yes, old egotastic fun time and angry nerd troll. You never know what might be happening with the old egotastic fun time and the angry nerd troll. Just got to get through the most amazing season of sci-fi ever, and new things will begin to happen, I'm thinking. Colleen says Comcast is the top 23 markets in the country, only not in New York City and LA. HQ is in Philly. They are a huge entertainment internet cable mobile provider. That reminds me kind of what was that place that owned all radio? I can't remember what it's called, but then they changed their name because they got in trouble with something. But they own all audio stuff. Has Angry Nerd Troll seen the light? I think Angry Nerd Troll, much like Clyden, might have been starting to think about their ways and how they affect other people. But we'll have to wait and see. Comcast also owns Sky in the UK. Ooh, good old Sky. On Chapter 7 of Sympathy for the Devil, recommend it to all, and thanks for letting us know about it. Thank you for getting it. I mean, when you guys get Sympathy for the Devil, which is what? $2.99 unless you have an Audible account and it's free, or you sign up for the free Audible account and get it for free, as well as some other things. You are supporting the Orville. You are getting it more. You were giving it more buzz. You were getting it more clicks, more attention, and all of those clicks and numbers are fed right into the powers that be, and they're like, okay, people are liking the Orville everywhere where it's at. Let's renew this sucker. Because a renewal for the Orville is a renewal for talking the Orville. Oh, John Cassar is a great dude. I do have to say, he is great. And I'm glad that PJ of Orville Nation was able to interview John. I met John. Well, I've talked to John, interviewed him for the show, but I met him at the premiere of Electric Sheep, and so we hung out a little bit, chatted a little bit. He took some pictures of me that I think I put up at some point on either Twitter or the community page on this channel. He's always going around taking his black and white pictures, but he's very nice. And of course, as you've seen in the episodes that he directs, he's very talented as well. Orville Nation, thank you so much. JP has been doing exceptional work during season 3. Make sure you all super chat him. Thank you so much, Orville Nation. It's needed, so thank you very much. But I'm just glad you guys are here to chat. Bronwyn Evans, thank you so much for that super chat. I would also like to see a JP cameo. They could have you eating Gordon's sandwich. Oh, I'd eat Gordon's sandwich so hard, you guys. As long as there's no seafood in it, I'll take a bite of that egg salad sandwich, no matter how old it is. By the time I do a cameo, it's probably going to be a little while, but I could see them if I'm able to make it out there. They might throw me into a costume or something, have me in the background, or serving Kelly wine, or maybe as a Joe Perry impersonator, something like that. Thomas O'Mahony, thank you for that super chat. When Topa forgave Clyden, said it's okay, and Clyden said it is not. I exploded with tears right there, and Jessica did too. I watched it with her the other day, and that whole thing, she was just speaking out loud to Topa and Clyden and saying, yes, this is how a parent is supposed to be. And we were both in tears. It was beautiful. It was right. And it's the change that we wanted. And remember, the last thing that Clyden said to Topa, which also was very hurtful to us as a family with a child, he said, I wish you were never born. And that, I was like, and Jessica was like, you never say that to a child. Never, ever, ever. And he made up for it. He made up for it. And he meant it. And I felt that he meant it, because Chad L. Coleman is an amazing actor. Yeah, it's not I exploded with tears. He knew what he did was wrong. and what he could have lost. I can't believe this is the guy who did Family Guy. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is a very complicated, very talented, very thoughtful man. Jace Cretin. Disney owns Deadpool, yet in 5 years done nothing. Yeah, they better get that Deadpool, though Deadpool is available everywhere. Didn't I just see it on Hulu? Maybe since Deadpool is so hardcore, maybe they put it on Hulu, since Hulu is Disney, to try it out. But I bet you eventually it'll be on Disney Plus as well, because Disney is really not afraid of more adult content anymore like they used to. But of course, it was a lot of people don't realize that Pretty Woman, which is extremely adult, especially for the time, was one of Disney's very first adult content films. When they started with Pretty Woman and did pretty well with it. Dan Bing says, I'm Jelly. My sister is working at Comic-Con in the 10 Forward bar booth. Ooh, that'd be fun. And she doesn't even like Star Trek. Oh, I can tell you right now, as a original member of the Deep Space Nine Quark's bar crew, back when they had the Star Trek experience in Vegas, there's nothing cooler than being in a Star Trek themed establishment that serves alcohol. A true delight. The pleasure is all mine when I was there. Having, what was it, the Borg Sphere drink, which is a big old bowl. It was green. Had smoke coming out of it. It was for like 4 people, but it's even better when it's just for 2 people. De Beaumont, what's going on? Hi, JP. Pre and post time travel Orville pros, cons, and major differences you feel, by the way. Good to catch your stream. Good to have you here. Time travel is my favorite thing. My absolute favorite thing when it comes to sci-fi. I don't care if it's done well. I don't care if it's done bad. As long as somebody traveled through time and affected something, it has to figure out a way to put things right that once went wrong, or put things wrong that once went right, as the evil leaper would do. Love me some time travel. Disney also ruined Star Wars, so did they though? You gotta ask all the people that absolutely love the new Star Trek. I can go back and say George Lucas ruined Star Trek back in the 90s. Not a big fan of those prequels. I'm just not a big fan of nothing but little kids and Senate races and and politics. Got to have a little fun in there, and I'm not talking Jar Jar Binks. Oh, there you go. Kelly says Deadpool and Deadpool 2 are both on Disney Plus. See, I'm ignorant of that stuff because I haven't had Disney Plus in months and months and months. Disney ruins everything. That sounds like an opinion and not a fact. Sorry to say. JP is too good to be just a background character. I want to see JP in Bortus's Love Cove. Oh man, I'd be the best Mocklin lover Bortus has ever seen. I like the idea of no transporters. I agree with John, but a plot with someone who oversaw the development that goes bad, and this person deals with mental health. Maybe an admiral or F. Murray Abraham had a protege. I love the idea that the Orville doesn't have transporters. It helps with the writing. Makes it so they have to write themselves out of situations instead of pressing a magic button. But they should, at some point, be able to get that technology, because Isaac should have that technology from when he was on the multiphasic planet for 700 years, where he watched them develop transporter technology. But if Isaac knows how to make transporter technology and the Kalon downloaded everything Isaac knows, that means they're going to be able to figure out how to have transporter technology. So I think they would already have it, because they're even more advanced than the Caliban, and the Caliban have transporter technology, I'm pretty sure. I didn't watch the 12 Monkeys show because I didn't have TV when it was coming out, and streaming services weren't really doing such a great job at the time. So I missed the show. But 12 Monkeys, the movie, is one of my favorite movies of all time. That's one of those movies that when I was younger, I had the VHS and I'd watch it every day when I got home for at least a month or two. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Thank you so much. If you love time travel, I love the beryllium sphere in the warp core on Orville. The beryllium sphere, isn't that Galaxy Quest? I can't remember.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
Oh, but yeah, the sphere spinning in the quantum core, which, well, it's the quantum core. But yeah, we didn't get that in the previous seasons, did we? Priya had teleportation tech from the future also. Yeah, Priya had it. The multiphasic people had it. Pretty sure the Caliban had it. It seemed that they had it. I mean, Kelly and Ed just disappeared out of that trick that they walked into, thinking they were going to see Ed's parents. Has it shown up anywhere else? I don't recall if I've seen it anywhere else. They could have wiped Isaac's memory of that info. Oh, very good point. Does Isaac remember everything that he has experienced? And if he doesn't remember things, how would we know if he doesn't know? Jolly Blonde Giant, thank you so much for that super chat. Very much appreciated. Helping us get prepared for a 4th season of Talking the Orville to keep all this love going again when we get the next season of the Orville, which I feel so confidently that we will be getting. And does the Orville have a tractor beam? Yes, I believe it does. For fun, I think in the pilot, I think they called it the push ray or the nudge ray, but it's like a tractor beam. Seems their enemies have them. We've seen at least 2 times this season. Yeah, they've been tractor beamed by the Kalon and the Krill. Did the Krill tractor beam them this season? I can't remember, because I remember the Krill tractor beaming them in Identity Part 2, Kelly and Gordon in the shuttle. Yeah, pushing beam. It was in the Topa Ginger Trial episode. About a Girl. Season 1, Episode 3. Richard Winter, thank you so much. Absolutely love Sympathy for the Devil. I have got to get on that, you guys. I've just been I don't have a lot of time right now with all this Orville season going on, but I should have time over the next couple days to fit in some Audible time to listen to the story. I doubt it takes very long to hear the whole story. But yeah, I go to the gym once or twice a day, every single day. And I've been doing a lot of stuff that takes time, that's taking care of my health, because I'm trying to get shredded. I'm tired of all my filling out my clothes like I'm a pew-pew explosion. Jeff B, thank you so much. Looks like a pew-pew explosion show in episode 8. Boom, pew-pew explosion. Wow. Our minds are, we got like minds right there, Jeff B. Yeah, next episode, Domino looks like a big pew-pew explosion. I'm guessing the season finale will also be something similar, but the pew-pew explosions don't attract me as much as the stories that the Orville tells, so I can't wait to see what the actual story is. But of course, I'll be there enjoying all the splonations going on. Yeah, we need a renewal line like yesterday. I'm hoping that when we get the renewal announcement, that it will be a multi-season renewal. The Orville deserves multi-season renewals. All these lesser shows get them all the time nowadays with streaming services. The Orville being the best sci-fi ever done ever, and there's a lot of great sci-fi out there in our history, deserves the best. They deserve that 4-decade renewal. Are they going to do a Yaphet death scene? That I don't know, because Yaphet's scenes were all written long before Norm Macdonald passed away, and Norm Macdonald finished all of his work on the Orville before passing away. So I'm not sure if that was meant to be in the cards, but I hope, at least maybe even not this season but next season, but that Yaphet replicates, you know, like the jellies do, like we learned back in Cupid's Dagger, how they reproduce. Hopefully that happens, and they can still have a jelly that's Yaphet but not Yaphet. Yaphet's offspring. So you can get a different voice actor, but yet it'll explain what happens to Yaphet. Jace, I met nothing new with Deadpool. Glad you moved live video to Sunday. I am too. It's just been much better because that gives more people, waiting till Sunday gives more people a chance to watch the show. Not everyone got time or even access to watch the show on Thursday. You know, they want to watch it with their family or someone else, or just not be at work. So the weekend is better. So that's why I chose Sunday. It's my day off, so I can join. If I saw Unknown Graves at work, I would have been in a bad mood rest of shift. Isaac's smile was really needed. Yeah, seeing Isaac with emotions. When I was talking last week to Mark Jackson, I just told him, man, Isaac with emotions is the best thing. I never knew that I wanted that, but as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, I never thought about this, but I want it, but we don't get it. It was taken away, but maybe we'll revisit that. Maybe the show will revisit Isaac with emotions, just like TNG did with Data. He got the emotion chip, tried it out for a little while, and then they put it away until the Generations movie. Trigger, thank you so much. So glad you're here. Sorry I'm late. You never have to be sorry. I'm just glad you were able to make it so I can read your beautiful name because I can't see your face. Anyone else canceling Hulu in 2 weeks? I'm not, but I totally understand if people want to. I mean, you got to keep Hulu if you want to be part of the next 2 episodes. I mean, be there when they happen. But once the season is done, yeah, feel free. If you prefer Disney Plus and don't watch Hulu for anything else, cancel that Hulu, watch it on Disney Plus. It's all benefits the Orville. But I will say, those of you who do have Disney Plus or are going to get Disney Plus, please rewatch as much Orville as you can, because that's a whole new way to get a whole crop of new numbers for the Orville. So make sure if you get it on Disney Plus, watch it, because it's a whole, you get your vote counted twice. Kroom, what's going on? Thank you for that super chat. Sorry late to chat. Mockless and Kalon packed happening in last episode. Bortus and Kelly sitting in a canyon, nearly kissing. What's that about? Well, I rewatched that scene a few times, and just to see if either of them lean in to each other, which is in TV language, ooh, romance. But that never happened between either of them. They just stared at each other, shared this gentle moment where one friend is telling another friend how important they are to them. But yeah, I watched it a few times. I was like, let's see if they lean in, because that's, in television and movies, that means romance. But if it doesn't happen, it means friendship. So I'm sticking with friendship. And we've seen over the seasons how close Bortus and Kelly are, and how well they work together, and how many dangerous life situations they've been in together, and how well they kick arse when they need to. Good team. Jolly Blonde Giant, thank you for that super chat. Couldn't John Lamar get some of those gravity treatments? Do it for love, man. Do it for love. Yeah, or maybe I mean, it doesn't happen to all Selanes that are off planet. It only happens to a certain percentage of Selanes where they lose their strength. I don't think Tala is one of those Selanes that's going to lose their strength. But something, put on a special battle droid suit or something. I mean, they loved each other. It wasn't just a physical love. It was a real, they really fell for each other. It's sad that they can't continue that on in a physical form as well, because I'm sure they'd like that as well. I wonder if the renewal is more up in the air because Seth will leave with Scott due to Ted time constraints, but they are pitching it for continue anyway with Braga helming. No, there's plenty of time to do Ted. Ted's only a few months of work. It's already started. They're already doing it. And I'm sure he would finish with Ted, which just takes a few months, and then start writing the 4th season, which takes however long that takes, 6 months or so. And then they would start sending all the information to pre-production, which would start designing stuff and building stuff. And they get everything built and ready to film, and the cast starts rehearsing and doing readings, and then they start filming, and then they do the edits, and the promotions and all that stuff. Plenty of time to do all that, especially when you're a big Hollywood mogul who has teams of people doing stuff for you. If anyone's telling you that there's not enough time to do Ted as well, I mean, Seth has been working on multiple shows during every season of the Orville, and it hasn't been a problem. The only problem was COVID getting in the way. That was one problem that was unsurmountable. But yeah, there's plenty of time for Seth to do the Orville, Ted, and any other shows and movies that he wants to do at the same exact time. Don't let other people's not knowing how Hollywood works influence what you think is actually happening with this show and how things get created. Going to stay on Hulu primarily for rewatch purposes. I'll be staying on Hulu because Hulu, besides the Orville, I've had it since day one for over a decade. I love it. All my television that I watch is always from Hulu. Though I do go over to Peacock a lot now for The Office and for Parks and Recreation and a couple of other NBC properties. Oh, I would assume it is ages away if it gets a renewal. It's going to take probably at least 2 years to get it if it gets renewed. Yeah, they're doing Seth and Gordon and some other great people are doing a TED television show for Peacock right now. I think they're filming it and getting ready for it right now. That's why they weren't at San Diego Comic-Con. You're going to see Scott Grimes with a big old mustache for the TED series. He's been growing it. He grew a beard and then they cut it down to a mustache a week or two ago. So yeah, they're right in the middle of that. It should be done. Well, probably won't be ready to start airing for a while, but it'll be done with principal photography probably in just a few months. Babylon 5 Lurker 5 says, definitely need a Blu-ray and 4K release. My DVDs don't exactly cut it. I believe 99% that we're probably going to get at least New Horizons Blu-ray, because Hulu puts their stuff out on Blu-ray. They're not like Fox, where Fox doesn't really put stuff out on Blu-ray unless they're doing like a huge 7-season thing. They just don't make money off Blu-ray. So Fox years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, decided, we're not going to do Blu-rays. They do everything on DVD. But there's another part to that comment. Blu-ray and 4K release. Now, here's the thing. The Orville was shot in 4K, edited in 2K, and mastered in 1080p. So we'll see what type of video quality we get on the Blu-ray. Will it be a 4K Blu-ray? Will it be just a super awesome upgraded 4K upgrade from the 1080, or will they go to the 2K edit that they did? I'm guessing they'll do a 2K edit, but what do I know? I don't know how Blu-rays work. Oh, thanks, Orville Nation. Thanks for your comments on negativity today. Much needed. It's something, negativity on from content creators is something I have feverishly followed very intensely for the last 5 years. And let me tell you, it is sickening. And it's so obvious what is going on. The people are trying to take advantage of other people for clicks and for money. If you go on the channel and you look at their videos and every video is complaining about some piece of entertainment that someone is working really hard for, whether you like it or not. If it's all it is complaining, you know that it's all a trick to control you and get your clicks. And there's a lot of it out there. And they should all those channels should stand up, come out from the darkness of under their rocks and under their basement keyboards and apologize to every single one of you for what they have been trying to do and have succeeded in doing. And it's not very hard to do. Humans are attracted to negativity. We evolved to do that, to protect ourselves from any types of danger. Lots of people know that create content. That's why most things that you see that gain traction is somebody bitching about something. And they're trying to recruit you to feel that same, to feel the hate that they're trying to get you to feel, so that you'll join on to the bandwagon and keep clicking, keep watching, and keep donating money. It is sick. And I made the decision to have nothing to do with that crap. And the sick people that put that stuff together, absolutely horrific, you guys. But I don't put out videos about that, because then I'm doing the same thing. Thank you, Curtis Tate, member for 31 months. Chilean brawler, and those Chileans know how to brawl. Will you watch the return of Lower Decks? Prodigy, while I respect Prodigy, and I watched the first episode, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty decent show. People are loving it. Not quite up my alley. I just don't like that style of animation. But Lower Decks, I'll definitely be watching. I still have to finish Strange New Worlds. Once the Orville started, I'm like, oh, I was enjoying Strange New Worlds quite a bit. But once the Orville started this season, I was like, I have no interest in any other sci-fi right now. I'll catch up with the last few episodes of Strange New Worlds once all this Orville stuff is done. The season, I mean. Because nothing compares. I'm like, if I watch something that I'm enjoying, but if I watch the Orville, it's just going to taint my opinion of anything else. I'm like, oh, this is lackluster for me. So I got to let the awesomeness of New Horizons wear off a little bit before I start watching other sci-fi stuff. But Lower Decks, I absolutely love. I get it. I get what it's supposed to be. Lower Decks seems like a fun cartoon that really understands Star Trek, but it's like fans got together and made a Star Trek cartoon comedy, which I enjoy. I don't consider it canon or anything like that, but over the years, I've really stopped caring about canon. Just make a good episode with a good story. Yeah, we lost Gilbert Gottfried as well, a few months ago. He'd be a very fun Yaphet offspring. He would. I'm glad that JP has always kept it positive, and that's why you've done an outstanding job, bro. Thanks, Smoke. The Smoke 007, the creator of the Planetary Step, the very first Orville Fandom series. A whole series, multiple episodes. And the Puppetary Union, a spin-off of the Planetary Step. Bronwyn says, thanks, JP, has been great. I have to go have breakfast and get ready for work now. Well, I hope the wonderfulness of the Orville carries you through your day, so you don't have to think about being at work. You can think about being on ECV 197 Orville with all your friends. I think Adam Carolla as a new Yaphet would be good. Family Guy wink to the death character. Yeah, Adam Carolla replaced Norm Macdonald as the character of Death on Family Guy, right? So glad you took a high road way back. Yeah, the high road is a much less lucrative road. I'm always on the cusp of poverty doing this channel, but I feel right in my heart, and that matters more to me. Yeah, that's why channels like JP and Orville Nation and others are well respected. Yeah, I prefer respect over views and subscribers. So thank you very much. Plus, I like the exclusivity of this community. There are certain commentaries I don't watch either, because I don't want them to taint my experience of having watched the Orville myself. Same here. I actually, when I started doing this channel, I used to watch reviews of movies and TV shows, but once I started talking about a thing, I was like, I completely stopped watching any commentaries or reviews of movies or television, because also other people's opinions aren't necessarily my opinion when I experience a thing. So I'm like, don't let people influence how you feel about something before you've even seen that thing. So yeah, I haven't watched a review of anything in years. Trigger, thank you very much. We got you, JP. Thank you, Trigger. Thank you all. A dude's thoughts. I wonder how that new Babylon 5 series is going to turn out. I don't know. Is it still going through, or is it still picked up? Are they still going to make it? I haven't even kept up on it. I never consider anything, any news out of Hollywood to be true in any way, shape, or form until I see something. Because in today's society, anything is considered news. Oh, somebody's might be considered for a role as an Avenger. Did they get the role? If they didn't get the role and they're not making the thing, it's not news. So I learned that just from having to be on social media all the time. And it's even worse today. The stuff they put out as news is usually absolutely nothing. So I stopped paying attention. But once a trailer comes out or some behind the scenes pictures, then it becomes a real thing to me. But I'm very interested if it becomes a real thing. I'm very interested to see how they treat the material, how they light it, how they present it, the tone, all that stuff was what I'm interested in with TV shows and movies. I like to see how they go about making it. Thank you, Rodney Garner. Super chat. Rodney says, because you're awesome. Respect. Well, hopefully when you said respect, you went respect. Jay says, I'm a lollipop.
Wow.
I'm a lollipop for sentient robots. Wally, Johnny Five, Data. Hell, Sonny's death in iRobot. Seeing the Kalon oppression made me hope for a better future. Peace. Right? Seeing we've heard what they've gone through, but seeing what they've gone through, though they didn't go through it as long as I thought they did. I thought they might have gone through it for hundreds and hundreds of years. But seeing what they went through, I'm like, oh, I totally get the Kalon. Oh, I'm starting to lose my voice. I didn't bring water, dang it. I totally feel more for the Kalon. I'm not as afraid of them. And now meeting K1, I'm like, oh, we might be able to get through to these Kalon. Will K1 survive? I think K1's coming back before the season is over. The Bent Box, $20 super sticker. You are amazing. Thank you, the Bentox. We are here to be a community, not an anti-community. Ivanova is God. Ivanova is great. B5, hashtag Claudia Christian. What? I used to do some work for Claudia Christian. Do some video editing for her and Patricia Tallman. It's been a while. It's Orville time. When it's Orville time, I have time for nothing else. We look for things. Rolling on the floor, laughing my A off. Lollipop. Take it to the candy shop. Let you look what I got. Did you sort the members area? I looked at that trigger right before I started the stream. I'm like, oh yeah, the members area on the bottom of the screen. Turns out, because this is a Stream Elements, let's see, this is a Stream Elements thing that you do, streamelements.com, and I looked at the settings. They only allow 25 names to stream across. We have like 50 or more, but it only has half of the latest 25. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I can do a manual thing where I can just go through, type everyone's names in, replace this, and have it scroll across. Maybe I'll do a full name one that I do manually, and then I'll leave this one up above it for the latest 25 people. Maybe I'll make the font a little bit bigger to make it a little more special for being a new member. I have to figure that out. Fleming Jensen, thank you so much. Wow. DKK 80. What's DKK? What am I missing? I should know that. DKK. I don't know. What's DKK? Thank you for this channel. The Orville is the best. Thank you for saying that. Anytime people give some love to the Orville, it makes me feel good because I love the show so much. I love the creators and I love the universe that Seth MacFarlane created. Hell, I didn't even know it, but now I kind of love Seth MacFarlane. I met the dude. I'm like, wow, this is a wonderful guy. I kind of like him more than I used to like him. Oh, there's no amount of too much work when it comes to putting out stuff for this channel and getting you guys the recognition that you deserve. So Topa was a trans boy, but without knowing it, but the Orville fixed him by changing him back into the cis girl she was born as. Sounds transphobic to me. This sounds like correcting that whole situation to me is correcting an act of bigotry. They let her be who she was born as. It's kind of a reverse. You know, there's the real trans stuff going on in our world. They kind of flipped it on its head and reversed this situation in a few ways, really, to help us just think about the situation. A lot of people refuse to think about the situation. Dutch Kroner or something like that, says Rodney Gardner. We're learning things. It's Danish Kroner. New band name, I call it Danish Kroner. Danish Kroner Live. Yes, the opposite of being transphobic, says Jonathan Earl. I honestly have to say that the Orville is winning over all of the new Star Treks. Go Seth, and thanks JP for your coverage. Oh, you are welcome. It's an absolute honor to talk about the Orville. And yeah, I mean, I love Star Trek. I grew up with Star Trek. I live my life from the teachings of Gene Roddenberry, unlike a lot of people who claim to be fans of Star Trek, who act like they're Klingons. But the Orville, I kind of prefer it. It feels like home. Star Trek, as much as I loved it, I'm obsessed with it, I never felt like home. The Orville feels like home. JP is the king of the Orville fandom. Or the jester. Thanks, Trigger. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm actually going to be ending the stream here in just a few minutes, you guys. Just because my voice is going out, as it usually does, about an hour and 15 minutes. I forgot to bring water. I drank so much water the last couple days that I forgot to just grab another thing of water. Yeah, the last 3 or 4 episodes have brought tears out, but that Clyden thing really brought out some tears. And the Isaac professing his love to Claire thing with emotions, that had me streaming for tears out of my eyes for a good 5 or 6 minutes. The entire length of the scene had me going every time I watched it. I have not been able to watch From Unknown Graves or Midnight Blue yet without a little bit of tears coming out, which just says a lot. It says a lot to me, I mean. John Burns, Topa being kidnapped opens up the possibility of a Topa Fresh Prince rap type concept. Think Will Smith is up for it. If he doesn't go around slapping anybody, he might actually get the job. Sitting out back and relaxing all cool and chasing some Illuminates. That one looks blue. And a couple of dicks, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in female Mocklinhood. Danish Kroner and the Toggers. TikTok and you don't stop. A lot of non-binary people still get corrected after birth and only later learn why they don't feel their gender. Yeah, it's something that happens in our world. So the Orville Seth wanted to have a story take place with those situations. All the things the Orville does is just there to get us to think about a situation. Not to give us the right or wrong answer about a situation or even an answer about a situation, but just there to present something to think about. Because when you think about something, you start to learn about something. That's one thing I've not only loved about the Orville, I've loved about some of the best, most classic sci-fi. Sci-fi began as a way to better people, not better them by telling them what to do, but by just explaining to them a situation or giving them a different lens to look through besides whatever's going on in their own personal bubble, which so many people as humans are very hard pressed to be able to get them to see outside of their own lives that they look with their own 2 eyes. That's why they say, traveling will make you a better person. I found to be true. When you travel, you start to see the world through other people's eyes, and it brings up things. It makes you think about things and see things and learn things. The Orville's doing that, and the Orville's doing it very well in a very entertaining, thought-provoking manner. And kudos to the Orville, and kudos to us for being able to receive these messages, these insights. I should probably say insights more than messages, because there's no ulterior motive or plan to make us think about anything. And just here's some stuff to think about. Okay, I'll think about it. Kroom, thank you so much for that super chat. Pound it out. You think about something, you start to learn about something. Wisdom of JP. It's been my own personal experience. Preach, JP. Have you caught Strange New Worlds yet, JP? It's not Orville, but it's actually pretty good trek. Yeah, I've seen probably the first 4 or 5 episodes before the Orville started. The episodes that came out before the Orville started. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the tone, the mood, the actual Star Trekkiness of it, original Star Trekkiness of it. And you can't beat Christopher Pike. I mean, come on, he's the best. Christopher Pike is the best. Anson Mount is handsome Mount. He's the best, no matter how tall his hair gets. But once the Orville came out, I'm like, I have no interest in this right now. I'll wait till the Orville's over, and I'll come back and finish the next 5 or 6 episodes. Yes, Havina has nothing on JP. Speaking of Havina, Rena Owen, who plays Havina, I am scheduled to chat with her this Tuesday. Hopefully it all works out. No one's schedule gets changed, or there's no internet interference or anything like that, which sometimes does happen. So I'll be talking to Rena. We're going to be talking all about Havina. I want her to introduce Havina to all of us. Once we get that conversation done, I'll edit it all together, get it up for you guys to get a little bit more insight inside the Orville with Rena Owen. Well, she is Kiwi. Maybe it's Rena Owen. I'll have to look it up. I like getting people's names right when I can. Patrick Smith, welcome to Salayan Brawler. You are now a channel member of Talking the Orville. Thank you so much for supporting this silly show of mine. Woot woot, Mr. Tom Pickles, what's going on? Turdorius. Turd Ferguson. Yeah, what? Touche, JP. Thank you, guys. All right, I have to get going. I'm going to start working on my next Orville video. Expect plenty of more Orville videos all throughout the week for the next couple weeks, because we still got some new episodes coming up. I'm going to try to do a breakdown this week of the upcoming episode Domino. I was so busy doing interviews last week, I didn't get time to do a breakdown video for Midnight Blue. But man, what a great dang episode, you guys. I'll see you guys very soon. I love you guys. And remember, we all do better when we all do better. Love you. Bye-bye.